Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are unpacking the May 10th, 2026 intelligence briefing on artificial intelligence. If you've been tracking the tech space lately, you know the ground beneath our feet is shifting, and it's shifting fast. We aren't just talking about abstract theoretical research anymore. No, we're looking at massive tectonic shifts in how AI is crashing into our physical world, our day-to-day jobs, and our personal lives. So, we're going to break down the latest intel and show you exactly where the frontier of AI is headed right now.
Here is the roadmap for this briefing. 1. The new AI bottleneck. 2. The agentic software shift. 3. Personalizing the AI cloud. 4. The dynamic pricing dilemma. And 5. AI and the truth. To really make sense of it all, we can group these 5 distinct stories into 3 core tectonic shifts: physical infrastructure, professional and personal tools, and ultimately, public trust. Let's get right into it.
Starting with Section 1, the new AI bottleneck, focusing on energy constraints. You know, we so often think of AI as this invisible, weightless thing floating up in the cloud. But the reality? The cloud lives in the physical world, and man, is it incredibly hungry.
And this brilliantly illustrates the sudden reality check the entire industry is facing. For the past couple of years, the absolute bottleneck was silicon. Companies were fighting tooth and nail just to get their hands on enough AI chips. But today, the new bottleneck is sheer electrical grid capacity. I mean, think about it. All the high-powered chips in the world are absolutely useless if you literally can't plug them in.
To put the severity of this into perspective, just look at major data center hubs like Northern Virginia or Dublin, Ireland. The wait times just to get a new data center connected to the local power grid have stretched out to several years. The local utilities literally can't build the transmission lines fast enough. So AI's biggest hurdle right now isn't some complex software bug. It's basic physical energy.
Because they simply cannot afford to sit around waiting years for traditional grids to catch up, tech giants are completely bypassing the utility companies. They're pouring massive funding into radically alternative physical solutions. We're seeing direct investments into small modular reactors, SMRs, which are basically next-generation mini-nuclear power plants, as well as advanced geothermal energy. It's kind of staggering when you think about it. Software companies are effectively morphing into energy infrastructure companies simply because their very survival depends on it.
Moving on to Section 2, the agentic software shift from copilots to agents. Let's look at how our day-to-day relationship with AI tools is evolving from just getting passive suggestions to having the AI actively execute tasks for us. Down in the software development trenches, there is a massive leap happening right now. We are moving away from copilots, which, let's be honest, kind of act like really advanced autocomplete, and we're moving directly toward agents. An agent doesn't just tap you on the shoulder to suggest a line of code. No, an agent is designed to take an entire feature request and just run with it, executing the whole thing autonomously. Let's move to it and see how this builds into a completely new workflow. In step 1, a developer types a natural language prompt, something simple like, hey, add a secure login button. In step 2, the AI agent just takes over. It creates the files, writes the code, and even writes the testing protocols. And then in step 3, the AI autonomously submits a pull request for a human to review. So instead of grinding out boilerplate code all day long, human developers are basically becoming reviewers and managers of AI output. It is a total reimagining of tech labor as we know it. All right, Section 3, personalizing the AI cloud through local server solutions. Let's step away from the professional sphere for a minute and look at an exciting shift in our everyday personal use of AI at home.
We're witnessing the rapid emergence of the personal AI cloud. This is defined as localized server solutions, allowing users to run private instances of open-weight models like Llama 3 or Mistral. So the crucial point here is that both startups and major cloud providers are debuting hardware that lets you run these incredibly capable models entirely locally. You are no longer forced to ping your sensitive queries out to some massive server farm hundreds of miles away.
The industry is framing this localized hardware as a secure vault for your data. And why does this matter to you? Well, it means highly sensitive personal information. We're talking your finances, your health data, your family schedules. All of that can remain entirely under your physical control, right inside your own home, while still powering a deeply personalized AI assistant. It's honestly a massive win for consumer privacy. It brings the cloud directly under your own roof.
Next up is Section 4, the dynamic pricing dilemma and algorithmic scrutiny. As AI integrates deeper into the messy real world, it's inevitably hitting some major friction points with commerce and government regulation. There's a major situation unfolding in the EU and North America right now. We're seeing AI algorithms reacting dynamically to consumer behavior to adjust prices in real time, and this is happening specifically in grocery and essential sectors. But regulators are throwing up a massive red flag. Their core concern is that these are black box models. Because we can't easily peek under the hood to see exactly how the AI arrives at its pricing decisions, there is a serious risk of tacit collusion between companies or even inadvertent price gouging. So we're seeing this huge push for algorithmic transparency, and it ties directly to the prices you pay at the checkout counter every single week.
Which brings us to our final topic, Section 5, AI and the Truth, focusing on fact-checking layers. This touches squarely on global politics, social media, and the intense 2026 election cycle.
Because of the sheer breakneck speed at which information, and let's be real, misinformation travels today, human content moderation simply cannot keep up. It's impossible. In response, major social media platforms are deploying real-time AI fact-checking layers. As viral content starts trending, these AI models actively monitor it and automatically append context or debunking information drawn from verified news sources right onto the post itself, in real time.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the fierce societal tension it highlights. On one hand, the clear goal is reducing the rapid spread of misinformation, especially during critical election periods. But on the flip side, the fierce debate lies in determining algorithmic bias. Critics across the entire political spectrum are raising incredibly valid questions. Who or what actually defines a fact in the AI's training data? Relying on a completely automated system to be the ultimate arbiter of truth inherently risks baking AI-driven bias right into our public discourse. It's a complex, highly charged issue with profound implications for public trust, and there are absolutely no easy answers here. And that brings us to the core question of today's explainer, a question I really want you to walk away thinking about. How do we balance rapid AI innovation with very real physical resource constraints and the absolute need for human oversight? We've seen today that AI isn't just code anymore. It's physically reshaping our power grids, it's transforming how software is built, it's fundamentally changing the nature of data privacy, altering how our groceries are priced, and even mediating the actual truth on our social feeds. It is an incredibly fascinating time to be learning about this space. Take a moment to really think about that. Keep paying attention to these shifts because they are actively writing the future. Thank you so much for joining me, and keep exploring.